I'm definitely up for fighting. There's a lot of names in the division, for sure. But at the same time, look at what this creates as well. I'm a fighter and I understand that economics of business as well. And this does good business.
Lost. And if he beats me, then where does that leave me? So it's two people who can't lose, who don't want to lose, who never back down, who keep on fighting, and that's why this is war, and I'm ready for war.
I really look at Dylan as a rival though. No. No. Just another body, really. They got a lot of hate for me. A lot of people.
I ain't got no hate for you, bro. I got no hate for you, bro.
A lot of people hate on me, so.
A lot of people, not me.
I've always said exactly what I'm gonna do, and then I've done it. And so, yeah, we're finally here. I predicted the future, but it is surreal, you know, and I had to put in the work to get here, and I'm just excited to be here putting on massive events, and this is just the start of what I'm going to accomplish. So everything else I've said still holds true as well, and this is proof of that. I'm gonna come back, and I've been working in silence. I promise you that. I promise you that. I promise you I know what I'm capable, and this is going to be the best version of Jake Paul that you're ever
Dylan, I don't really look at him as a rival. I just watch myself. I'm worrying about my lane and what I'm trying to do. So with Jermaine Franklin, yeah, I was definitely up for that fight, 100%. But it was respect to Franklin. I made it as easy as I wanted to. I could have made it as difficult as I wanted to, you know.
I want to make big events, big fights happen, and strike while the iron's hot. He was a free agent. Let's run it, make it happen, settle the shit talk, and I'm ready for war. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me out, Dallas. I love y'all, and I'm gonna do what Conor McGregor couldn't do, and I'm gonna knock.
I will kill you in the ring. This is Anthony Joshua's straight warning to Jake Paul at a fully heated press conference. Joshua looked focused, ruthless, and completely locked in after a 7-week camp, making it clear Jake Paul is stepping into danger he cannot talk his way out of.
Training camp, boom, bam, we're here now, ready to rock and roll. So I understand my process, and that's why I worry about myself, not what everyone else's opinions. I know what I've got to do.
Jake Paul keeps insisting he is improving in the gym, sparring world champions and building confidence. But talk is cheap when the opponent is Anthony Joshua. Training clips and bold claims do not prepare you for a heavyweight who has lived this sport at the highest level. Jake is speaking growth, while Joshua is living dominance.
And just getting better and better in the gym. I spar against world champions, you know, and trained with world champions all the time. So plan on that in the future 100%, but taking it one fight.
Anthony Joshua is explaining why fundamentals and experience will always trump hype and bravado. He knows what it takes inside the ring, and he is not interested in revealing his strategy to Jake Paul or the world. Every fighter can talk about their plans, but Joshua's experience from years of high-level competition makes him a calculated and deadly opponent. When the bell rings, nothing else matters, and he will rely on skill, power, and strategy to dominate in a way that no internet fighter can match.
Boxing is about fundamentals, right? There's 2 ways you can skin a cat: knockout or outclass someone with your fundamentals. So it's whatever way I want to go about it, I'll do it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you exactly what's going to happen, because let's be real, everything I say today is irrelevant. From the experience I've had from 7 years ago, I know when that bell goes, it doesn't matter what I've said, what I've eaten, what I've been through in my life. It's just about getting down and fighting to win, one way or another. So I don't know. You'll find out, though.
Tyson Fury's prediction in favor of Jake Paul is bold, but far from credible. Anthony Joshua is far from spent and has proven repeatedly that skill, power, and mental toughness outweigh hype and looks. Fury is entertaining the idea of Paul as a threat, but he ignores the reality of stepping into the ring with a former 2-time heavyweight champion. Jake Paul may be rising in social media buzz, but Anthony Joshua brings decades of preparation, discipline, and elite performance unmatched by an influencer fighter.
Tune up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why so? What impresses you about Jake Paul?
I just think Jake Paul would knock AJ out. I think AJ's a spent force, and I think Jake Paul's on the rise. And I like his new heavyweight look.
Jake Paul's trash talk is loud, but it's completely detached from reality. Calling Anthony Joshua easy work shows a dangerous misunderstanding of what a seasoned two-time heavyweight champion can do. Joshua has faced every kind of fighter and overcome challenges far beyond anything Jake Paul has encountered. Words do not make fights, and every expert watching knows that hype cannot compensate for the skill, power, and ring intelligence that Anthony Joshua will bring to the fight.
And you know, he's a dumbass, and so it's gonna be apparent on Saturday when he's the one that gets knocked out. I mean, genuinely, fighters always say this, there's the back and forth, but Piers, I'm being so honest, man, this guy is easy work.
Johnny Nelson nails the reality of the situation. Jake Paul is entertaining the idea that he can handle Anthony Joshua, but he is walking into a fighter who finishes and dominates. Joshua does not play games in the ring, and Paul's showmanship will not translate into success. Every seasoned observer sees this as a mismatch, with huge financial stakes, but little chance for Paul. The fight will expose the difference between hype and genuine world-class heavyweight boxing.
Because Jake Paul is crazy. If he thinks he can get it with Anthony Joshua, former two-time heavyweight champion of the world, and play tiddlywinks, I don't think AJ plays touch. He plays knock.
Eddie Hearn's warning is crystal clear and reflects the danger Jake Paul is under. Anthony Joshua is a former two-time heavyweight champion with skill and power that can end fights in moments. This is not entertainment or social media hype. It is a serious contest. Paul is stepping into a world he has no real experience in, and underestimating Joshua's ability is risky. Every fight Joshua takes is calculated and explosive, showing the stark contrast between a true champion and an influencer fighter.
I said to Jake Paul, you ain't in a box, mate, and this ain't David Blaine. I said, so just be careful, because AJ will take your head clean off your shoulders, and it's you know, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And you take on that responsibility, and we all have to, so we got to think about that. But this is Anthony fighting a top 50 cruiserweight in the world. It's not something that we would normally do.
Yeah.
Jake Paul's claim that Anthony Joshua only has power is dangerously naive. Underestimating the former two-time heavyweight champion is a massive mistake. Joshua's skill, ring IQ, and timing are all intact and lethal. Even if his chin is questioned by some critics, his ability to control a fight, read his opponent, and deliver decisive punches cannot be ignored. Jake Paul is stepping into a completely different league, where charisma and confidence do not substitute for decades of experience, precision, and raw heavyweight talent that Anthony Joshua brings into the ring.
Chin's gone.
But he's still Anthony Joshua.
Which is stiff and no rhythm and no skill, just power.
You're serious?
Confirms the overwhelming threat Anthony Joshua poses. Even exaggerating scenarios with injuries, Joshua's power and efficiency make the fight almost one-sided. Jake Paul's bravado will crumble against a fighter who can end contests in moments. This is not just hype. It is the reality of facing a former two-time heavyweight champion. The comparison makes it clear that skill, power, and experience dominate over social media fame. Joshua's presence in the ring turns any fight into a lesson in why talent and preparation cannot be ignored.
But if I can beat Jake Paul, then excuse my French, what the fuck is Anthony Joshua going to do to Jake Paul? I think my dad said that AJ could beat him with his prick, and I completely will back that up. Even if AJ had a broken arm in there, it still wouldn't go past a minute.
Frank Warren's take exposes the inherent danger in this fight, but also respects Anthony Joshua's professionalism and preparation. This is not a sideshow. It is a real heavyweight contest. Joshua has trained, fought, and mastered the mental and physical demands of this level. Jake Paul may have confidence and social media energy, but he is untested against a genuine two-time heavyweight champion. Belief is one thing, skill and experience are another. Every round will be a reminder of how much Joshua's preparation and elite experience dominate over hype and spectacle.
It's a dangerous fight. Of course, it's a dangerous fight. But I'm not here to be there selling their show. I've got no interest in the fighters from that perspective. I just think that he is a licensed boxer. He trains. He knows what he's getting involved with. He's not an idiot, and he knows what he's going to be up against. But he must believe in himself.
Derek Chisora lays it out bluntly, and the message is clear. Jake Paul does not have the power, experience, or skill to threaten Anthony Joshua. Fans may be drawn by curiosity or hype, but Chisora reminds us that real fighting ability cannot be substituted. Joshua has dominated top competition for years, and his punching power, ring intelligence, and composure make him a one-sided matchup against an influencer stepping into the heavyweight arena. The likely outcome is not a spectacle, but a hard lesson on the difference between hype and a seasoned champion.
Whatever happens will be exciting.
Does he have the power to knock out Joshua?
Nah, he hasn't got the power to knock out Joshua.
How does that fight end?
Jake Paul going into an ambulance, bro.
Duke McKenzie makes the danger obvious and emphasizes the massive gap in experience and skill. Jake Paul is untested against true heavyweights, and stepping into the ring with Anthony Joshua is reckless. This is a fight where size, experience, and elite training all favor Joshua overwhelmingly. The danger is real for Paul, whose record and preparation cannot compare to a two-time heavyweight champion. Fans may be intrigued by the spectacle, but the reality is that Joshua's power, fundamentals, and championship experience dominate every aspect of this fight.
I don't believe to fight Anthony Joshua. It's not like he's beaten, 4 or 5, top line heavyweights, other heavyweights. I don't believe he's boxed any heavyweights.
Tony Bellew cuts through the hype and exposes the harsh reality of this fight. Jake Paul is gambling with his health and safety against a two-time heavyweight champion. Anthony Joshua is a powerhouse who can end fights instantly, and the physical and technical mismatch is staggering. Money cannot replace experience and skill, and this fight demonstrates the consequences of overestimating oneself. Fans may want to see action, but the reality is stark. Anthony Joshua's preparation, strength, and ring IQ make the contest extremely one-sided and potentially dangerous for anyone stepping into his path.
It's just a gross mismatch.
Yeah.
Like, you don't understand his health is in jeopardy. So I'm not even entertaining it. I just think it's dangerous. And listen, I might have to work it, but it's just...
It's kind of ludicrous, isn't it, really?
It's insane. This boy is nuts. Is nuts, and I think he's putting his life before he's putting his life before money.
Yeah. Simon Jordan highlights the absurdity of this fight, and it is impossible to disagree. Anthony Joshua is a seasoned two-time heavyweight champion with the power, skill, and experience to dominate. While recent losses may have challenged him mentally, nothing about his physical ability or championship instincts is diminished. Jake Paul may have bravado and social media energy, but stepping against a real heavyweight is a different level entirely. This fight is a stark mismatch, and fans should understand that Joshua's preparation, precision, and brutal punching power make him overwhelmingly superior.
Financial welfare, but Jake Paul going into a fight with Anthony Joshua, to me, is absurd. I mean, Anthony Joshua is a legitimate two-time heavyweight champion of the world. He may have got destroyed by Daniel Dubois, but notwithstanding, there's nothing physically wrong with Anthony Joshua that he can't execute. Mentally, he might be in a little bit of a difficult position after the loss.
Spencer Oliver reveals the business side behind the spectacle and how Anthony Joshua approaches these bouts strategically. He is looking at potential warm-up fights as opportunities to stay sharp and earn, not just entertain. Jake Paul may draw attention and headlines, but in terms of skill and risk versus reward, Joshua is clearly calculating. This is not about casual entertainment. It is a two-time heavyweight champion, managing his career and selecting battles he can dominate. Fans might debate ethics or excitement, but Joshua is focusing on control, strategy, and safeguarding his legacy.
Well, Anthony Joshua was talking about wanting warm-up fights before going into bigger fights, but look, it's prize fighting at the end of the day, and the way that Joshua was here and Matchroom and all the team, the fans won't like this, by the way.
I don't like it
No,
either.
I don't like it either. But the way
like
that
it
Joshua
at all.
is here is as a money grab. He'll see it as an easy money grab, but at this stage of his career, is it a fight he should be taking?
The build-up to Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is nothing short of explosive, and fans are finally getting the clarity they needed. This fight is more than just spectacle. It is a clash of experience versus hype and raw bravado. If Anthony Joshua executes his game plan with precision, his power, skill, and championship instincts could completely overwhelm Jake Paul, proving why two-time heavyweight champions operate on another level. On the other hand, if Jake Paul somehow shocks the world, it would be one of the most talked about upsets in recent boxing history, and a lesson on how unpredictability can electrify the sport. Mentally, Anthony Joshua has the calm, focus, and hunger to dominate, while Jake Paul's confidence may not withstand the pressure inside a real heavyweight ring. This is the fight fans have debated endlessly, and now it is coming to life. Are you backing Anthony Joshua to assert his dominance, or do you think Jake Paul can pull off the impossible? Drop your thoughts, Bell.